So for the first question, we are told to use the binomial expansion series to find the expansion of 1 over 2 plus 5x to the power of 3. Now we first simplify this down, we don't like it over 1, so we'd put it as 2 plus 5x all to the power of minus 3. Now we've got this 2 here. Now we can't have this 2, we need a 1 at the front. So we'll pull out 2 to the minus 3. 2 cubed is an eighth, so 2 to the minus 3 is just an eighth. So we have an eighth 1 plus 5 over 2 x all to the power of minus a 3. Now our n here is just minus a 3, and we are subbing in 5 over 2. So let's put this in. 1 minus 3 times 5 is 15, so 15 over 2 x plus n minus 3 times n minus 1 minus 4 all over 2 multiplied by 5 over 2 squared, so 25 over 4 x squared plus minus 3 minus 4 minus 5 all over 6 times by 5 over 2 cubed, so 125 all over 8 x cubed. Let's get these to one fraction. So 1 minus 15 over 2 x plus, just chuck this part straight into your calculator. You'll get 75 over 2 x squared minus 625 all over 4 x cubed. Now we've still got this 1/8 to deal with, so we just multiply it. We multiply this entire thing by 1/8, so 1 over 8 minus 15 over 16 x, add 75 over 16 x squared minus 625 over 32 x cubed, and we are finished. So for question 2, we are given that the binomial expansion of 1 plus kx to the power of minus 4 is 1 minus 6x plus 8x squared. Find the value of the constant k. Now we only need up to x squared, so our binomial expansion is 1 plus nx plus n minus 1 all over 2 factorial x squared. Our n here is equal to minus 4, and we are subbing in k of x. K is just a constant. Now, we are told to find the constant k. Now, we know the first term, 1, but that's always 1. We know the second, minus 6x, and the third is a to the x, where a is another variable. So let's focus on this minus 6x, as we have an actual number here. So all we need to sub in is n of x. So we are subbing in k of x, so minus 4 k of x is equal to minus 6 x. Now we can immediately cancel off the x's, so minus 4k is equal to minus 6. So we can get immediately that k is equal to 3 over 2. Now for the second part, we are told to find the value of the constant a, giving your answer in its simplest form. So a is just the ax squared bit, so we just focus on this bit. So ax squared is equal to minus 4 minus 5 all over 2 times by 9 over 4. So that is k, remember. K here is just 3 over 2. So 9 over 4 x squared. We can cancel off the x's immediately. And we've just got minus 4 times minus 5 over 2 times 9 over 4. Put that into your calculator and you get that a is equal to 45 over 2. So for question 3, we're told to find the binomial series expansion of the root of 4 minus 9x. Now we need this in the form 1 plus x all to the power of n. So the first thing we can do is get rid of this square root and turn it into 4 minus 9x all to the power of a half. Now we need this 4 to be a 1, so we can pull out 4 to the power of a half, which is just 2. So we get 2 times 1 minus 9 over 4 x all to the power of 1 half. We're ready to sub in. N is equal to a half, and we're subbing in minus 9 over 4 x. So we get 1 minus 9 over 4 x multiplied by a half, add a half times minus a half all over 2 times by 81 over 16 x squared. Let's simplify this down. 1 minus 9 over 8 x minus 81 over 128 x squared. Now we're not done, because we do have this 2 out of the front. We multiply this all by 2. So 2 minus 9 over 4 x minus 81 over 64 x squared. Now, part B is actually impossible. I've sat here, I've tried it, it's impossible. What you should do is set 310 equal to 4 minus 9x minus 9x is equal to 310. 306. And x would be equal minus 34. However, we're told up here modulus of x, so just take the positive value of x, so 34 cannot be bigger than 4/9. 34 is bigger than 4/9, so we cannot do it, and this bit is just wrong.
Hey guys, Mr. Waffles here. So I just got back from the gym. So sorry if my massive muscles distract you, okay? But we're here to do maths and maths only. I already did part A of this question, so I'll just go through it now. So you gotta expand that. So you sub it into the equation, the little formula equation thing. Remember to square that as well, it's important. You get that should be your answer. And then for part 2, you got to do is you got to take out this 16 to the power of 3 over 2, and that'll get you 64, because what it just is, so you square root it, which gives you 4, and then you cube it, and it gives you 64. Right, 64. And then you get 1 plus 9 over 16x to the 3 over 2. Remember, that's a 16, not 64. Because it's still inside the brackets. So, yeah. And you pull that 64 out. Sub into your formula now, because you've got a 1 there. Ignore all that crossing out. You didn't see that. You get your answer, should be that. And then you times all that by 64. And you get some pretty nice numbers there. Don't look at that. Part B. How am I going to do part B? One moment. I just wanted to leave that in. Okay, so part B, it might look scary, but literally look at that. 2 marks. Easy. And I'll show you. So we use our answer from the question with this expression in it to show this. Okay, so what I'm thinking, we're going to set 16 plus 9x to the power of 3 over 2 equal to 13 to the power of 3 over 2, and then we can go from there, right? So I took the liberty of removing the 3 over 2, because I'm pretty sure you could have guessed to do that. So I'm going to solve for x, obviously. That's going to give us 9x equals minus 3, and then we divide that by 9 to get x minus 3 over 9, which is just minus a third. So that's our x value that we're going to be subbing into stuff. So if you remember our answer from part A2, yeah, A2, it was this, right? So we're going to sub minus a third into everywhere it says x, so I'll do that now. So the answer to the expansion of that expression from part 2 was 64 plus, what was it? It was 54x, yeah, 54. I'm going to sub in the minus a third into the x, plus 243 over 32. I'm going to sub in again, and that's squared, right? So I happen to have the luxury of already knowing the answer because I worked it out. Oh, it's crazy. So that's going to give us, there's no x's in 64, so that's 64. And that's going to give us minus 18. And this is going to give us 27 over 32. I'm sure we saw that number before. But anyway, so this is how we're going to work it out. This actually is very helpful, because what is 46 but 64 minus 18? Think about it, it's quite deep. And then, so that is all 64, and then that can just go next to it. 27 over 32. So your answer to that, A equals 27, B equals 32. Done. Bish bash bosh. What's the next question? Oops. Black Ops 3 loading screen. Black Ops 3 Zombies loading screen. What is that? Is that with Skylanders as well? What am I even doing? Anything to avoid maths, am I right, guys? Should we play Rise and Drop right now? The actual temptation to just play Rise and Drop for the whole video instead of doing maths is insane. Unfortunately. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, there we go. Guitar reveal, by the way. How do we feel about that? We've got coil tap, three-way selector, volume, tone. Got Damasio pickups on there. Ernie Ball 11 gauge string, no, 10 gauge strings. Yeah. Yeah. Guitar reveal. Oh, toe reveal as well, but yeah. Alright, question 5A1. First part, you should fly through it. Nothing else needs to be into that. You just put it in your equation and you get this. Alright? Part 2. This is hence or otherwise, show that. I'm just going to opt for the otherwise option. So, I'll just start it again, right? I'm taking out this 125 to the power of the third. So I'm going to take 125 out. It's power of the third. That's going to be 1 minus 27 over 125x to the power of a third. You can just change this number out for a minute. I can't remember. That's pretty bad, that. 5. Yeah, because cube root of that is 5. I don't know how I forgot that. It must just be too late. Excuses. I'm not writing all this on. So now you've done that, you can put in your equation. I'm gonna let you watch me write it out this time, because I know that's what you really want. This only goes up to x squared, so that's all where I'm going as well. It's super exciting. I write so much faster when I'm not filming myself. It's so weird. And we're just gonna sub in a third. I'm gonna put a third here as well. Minus 2 over 3, because that's what a third is, minus 1. And you're gonna put in minus 27 over 125. Be careful with this minus as well. They try and trick you. Just always put in the minus. I don't know if that's true, if they try and trick you, but if they are, they're not very good at it. The ops are out to get you. And then you put this in your calculator, and then you times what you get by 5. I'll show you that now. Alright, so put that all in your calculator. You should get that as a minus 9 over 125. And this is gonna turn out to be perhaps one of the worst numbers I think I've ever come across in any of my lessons, and that includes further maths. I know, crazy. Probably not that bad, to be fair, but I don't like it. It makes my skin feel funny, and I hate it. That's got an x squared and an x. So now you just times all that by 5. That'll give you... I don't want to have done that. 5 plus... Actually, no, it's 5 minus 9 over 25 minus 81 over 3125. Oh, that's got an x. That's got an x squared. I'm so sorry about my handwriting. So if you'll notice, those numbers are the same as in the question. So m is gonna be... I completely forgot what I was doing, to be honest. Minus 9. N is minus 81. And that's that question done. Guys, should I make an extra credit for 1 aftertaste, 1 unquenchable, and 1 slaughter slide? You know what? I think that's worth it. I've got plenty of all of them. To be fair, I'm doing it. I've done it. It's done. Now I've got 6. You know what? I'm making another. That's just how crazy I am. That's just the kind of goofy, silly stuff I get up to. You know, you don't have to watch me do all this. No, I ran out of distills. That has never happened to me ever. Alright, we're actually going to speedrun this question. Same method as before. So, root 119 is just... Oh, cube root even. Cube root of 119 is literally 119 to the power of a third, right? So, with that knowledge, we can do, because we already did the expansion of the last part of the question, we can do that equals 125 minus 27x, and then we're going to solve for x. So I'm just going to do that like rapid. Bish bash bosh, x is 2/9. So now I can sub 2/9 into the expansion from the last one, which was that. So we just sub in that everywhere we see an x. Obviously, that is how... What's the word? Substitution works. I must be tired from forgetting these words. You do that. You just do that in your calculator. I actually don't know if you saw any of that. Do that in your calculator. Put it in my calculator, and that'll give us... Oh! 5 decimal places. What the hell? Like in the question. So you just write that down. That's your answer, basically. You know what? I'm not even going to go over the first question. I'm just going to put the work in on. It's just that. Pretty nice number, actually. Yeah. Part B, you got to take out this 8 to the minus 2 over 3. And I'll give you 1 plus 3 over 8x minus... So it's the power of minus 2 over 3. That's actually 0.25, so I'm going to put that here and start the method. I always do this. It's actually really, really helpful. Like, super duper duper helpful. You sub your values in like this. And then just put it all in your calculator and then times by 0.25. Alright, so this is what you should get before you times by 0.25. And you just times it all by 0.25, and that'll get you this, which is going to be really helpful in the next part of the question, which is want you to use this. So I'm just going to go from there. So part 2, same thing we've already done. 2 marks, just come up with an estimate using this expansion for 1 over 81 cube rooted, which, if you remember, is 1 over 81 to the power of third. Yeah, that's right. But you'll notice that in this question it's to the power of minus 2 over 3. So we're going to have to do something really goofy. Okay, so ideally we're going to want to do this. But first we have to sort these powers out. So what we're going to do, we're going to make this one have the same power as this one. So we're going to have them both to the power of minus 2 over 3. So if you think about it, what you're doing, it's to the power of minus 2 over 3. Basically, you cube root in, and then you times in by, then you square in, or squaring by the reciprocal because it's minus. But we've already got the over 3, so all we need to do is add the minus and the square. So if we're adding the minus, this is a really weird way of explaining it, but that's how I understand it. So maybe it'll help someone. I'm gonna write out each step so you get what I mean. So these are gonna switch around. So I don't know why I've just written it all out again wrong. So what I've done is I've put the minus in the power, which means this has to flip around in order for it to stay the same number. So from this, it's flipped around. So this has gone to this. You get me? So next what we're going to do is going to make this squared. So if we're putting a square on the outside, everything on the inside has to be square rooted. So what we're going to get, square root of 81 over 1, which is square root of 81, which is just 9. So we're going to get 9 to the power of minus 2 over 3 equals 8 plus 3x times 10, times to the power of 2 to the minus 3. So these are the same, so they can cancel. So now we've got 9 equals 8 plus 3x. We can get, what's 9? What's 8 take? What am I even doing? 9 take 8, which is 1, equals 3x. So x is going to be 1 over 3. A third, which is a nice number. I like that. So that's what we're going to be subbing into our answer from part B1. So this was our expansion from part B1. So just going to sub our x value of a third into that. So 0.25 minus a 16th times a third plus 5 over 256, that's 6, times by a third squared. That's going to give us, it's going to give us a really, really long answer. So it's like, can you focus? There you go. 0.231338, blah, blah, blah. Don't care, don't care. Wants 4 decimal places. So we're going to round it. 0.2313. And that's it. Make sure you write this number though. Can you show that question as it wants to know that you've rounded it down to 4 decimal places. So there you go. I didn't like that last one much, but tough. I'm gonna go play Black Ops 3. I think it's Ashley next, so enjoy. Ashley has to say. Oh, also before I go, right? I'd like to imagine that you think of me not just as a beautiful specimen of masculinity that every man aspires to be, but also as a friend. So comment down below what your favorite Black Ops 3 Zombies map is. Yeah, and I'll consider giving a hair care routine at the end of the next video. Bye. Enjoy, Ashley.
Okay, so for this bit, I may or may not have cheated a little bit. You may notice the setup has changed a little bit. I'm on my bed now. It's very comfy, just in case anyone's wondering.
It's a blanket from Primark, only costs like £12. It's really good. Anyway, this one, it's partial fractions. I can only do the first bit because there's not enough room for the second bit, but 7 marks. That's a challenge for you guys. Woo! But basically, to do partial fractions, what you do is, you know that is equal to that, right? Because it says it in the question. That can be written in the form that. So you know, if you times this up by this, so we'll start off with a, times the denominator by a, the 1 plus 2x will cancel out. So that should be 19x minus 3 equals a to the 3 minus 4x, close brackets. Because you times these out to there, so they're not under there anymore. So then it just leaves 19 minus 3x. And then the 1 plus 2x, they actually cancel out and it leaves just the 3 minus 4x. So then solving that, also, you need to get this in the form x equals, so you know what x value you're subbing in to this equation. So solving that, you get x equals a half. Put that into there, 19 brackets minus a half, close brackets minus 3, over that equals a. So then therefore a equals minus 5 over 2. You can just shove that into your calculator. There's no point doing it in your head unless it's like times it by 2 or something and it's really nice numbers. But if it's not nice numbers, there's no point. It's you're not going to do yourself any favours. And for B, it's pretty much a similar kind of thing. You get that in the form x equals. The 3 minus 4x, they all cancel, leaving the 1 plus 2x b. So then again, 19x minus 3 equals b, brackets 1 plus 2x, close brackets. Sub it in your x value into there, equals b. So then therefore b equals 9 over 2. Woo! Woo! Okay, so for this one, look, we've got that 4 there, should be a 1. So what we're going to do, factorise by 4. So you got your 4 and then 1 plus 5 divided by 4. Boom. To the power of, what's that, half? To the power of a half. Boom. Right. Get your little format set up. So we've got your 1 plus brackets, 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 x plus fraction, brackets, 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 2 factorial, brackets, brackets, x squared, and squared there. Right, and then from here on, we can just sub in our things. So you've got 1 plus 5 over 4 times a half x plus a half times minus a half over 2 times by 5 over 4 squared x squared. We're going to work this all out. So 1 plus, what's that, 5 over 8 plus minus, I'm going to use the calculator actually. Yeah, don't just use a calculator in the exam. It's going to make it so much easier. So we've got point. If you're ever like in this situation where you've just got something that isn't very nice, like for example this, it's minus 25 over 128. I say all the time, and I'll say it again, just chuck in the calculator. It's going to make your life so much easier. Okay, now that's part A done. Boom. Easy 5 marks. Easy 5 marks. Oh wait, simplified form. It's not easy 5 marks because I forgot to times by 4. So 4 plus 10, oh no, it's going to be 5 over 2, is it? 20 over 8 goes to 10 over 4, 5, yeah, 5 over 2. I don't know why I was questioning myself there. And then that's 100 over 128, which simplifies to 25 over 32. Yeah, it's too late to be doing this in my head. So, yeah. But that is in its simplest form. Woo! Sorted. So that is an easy 5 marks. Pretty simple. It's just calculator work. Now we're going to part B. Find the exact value of this when x equals 1 over 10. So it's 1 mark and it says exact value. So you're just going to put it into there and get it sorted out. So you've got 4 plus 5, 1 over 10 to the power of a half, And that just equals, again, do yourself a favour, use your calculator. I mean, you paid 80 quid for it for a reason, so. And the answer to that one is 3 root 2 over 2. Now it does say in the form K2. I mean, that would be right, but I mean, if you really want to, just to be like double safe, you could rewrite it as that. I think say K is 3 over 2, just in case the examiner is a bit silly. It shouldn't be though, because examiners aren't silly, but just in case, you know, just if you want. You're not going to lose a mark for doing that. Anyway, next question. Substitute x equals 1 over 10 into your binomial expansion. Got that here. From part A, and find an approximate value for root 2. So, this is, for this one, there's, I think there's something called marks carried forward. Where if you get this wrong, but you use it, if you use a wrong value, wrong expansion, but you do the method right, you could still get some marks. So all hope isn't lost. So anyway, rewriting it into the form with x subbed in. We know that that equals, well, curly equals, because it's approximate, we've not expanded the whole thing. So it approximately equals 3 over 2 root 2. So solving that, we get, so it's 4 plus 5 over 2 times 1 over 10 plus, oh no, take away even. You get 5, 4, 3 over 1, 2, 8 equals 3 over 2 root 2. Now, we want this, we want the approximate value for root 2, but we've got 3 root 2 over 2. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, you know, times out, divide that. So it's going to be shift answer times by 2 over 3. You get 181 over 64 is approximately root 2. Boom. Boom. We've got it in the form P over Q. That's just what we want. Okay, so for this final question, question 10, this one's a bit tricky. It's a bit awful. It's not very nice. So you can rewrite this square root here as both to the power of a half. And so you set out your template just normal, but instead do it in parts. So start with this top one here, 1 plus x to the power of a half. Put it in the template. Boom, you come out with an answer. And then with this one, you need to make sure this power is the minus because it's on the bottom. And that's a bit that I kind of messed up a bit there. Don't worry about that. That's nothing. That's because I forgot it actually. But yeah, so you put all that in there, and you come out with 1 plus a half x to the minus a half x squared. And then when you divide them, you come out with a really nice answer: 1 plus x plus a half x squared. That should be 4. Oopsies. But yeah, so basically that's that one. It's a bit awful, and for 6 marks, it's not too bad. They could give you worse questions, but it's pretty much the same as a normal binomial expansion. It's literally the exact same actually, but you just do it twice, and it's a bit tricky. They're a bit sneaky basically. And this next bit is also the exact same as what you've been doing before. So if you put 1 over 26 into this here, you get 3 root 3 over 5. And you know that's it's not horribly wrong because you are looking for root 3. And if you put it into there, you get 1 plus 1 over 26, 26 plus, hang about, that, you get 3 root 5 over 5 equals 1405 over 1352. And obviously it's just simplifying. It should be 3. So root 3 equals 1405 over 1352 times by 5 over 3, which is And then 1.732. But you want it in the form A over B. So, because the calculator gives it in that form, you're going to have to do it separate in your calculator. 1405 times by 5 to get 7025 over 1352 times 3. And that equals 4056. And that is the final answer. For 3 marks, it's not too bad. It is just calculator work. Could be worse, but, you know, could be better. Not too bad. And that is me done.